Yo, what is up, boys? Back again with another raw case study. So I'm going to show you exactly how I helped an e-commerce store make $21,000, a little over $21,000 in our first month of working together. I'll show you how I reached out to this brand, some of the campaigns we ran, the product we ran, as well as some of the content we pushed, pretty much the entire spiel. Also, don't cook me. I know I got the guru lighting going on, but this shit's aesthetic and I fuck with it, so we're going to run it for this video. Okay, so before we actually show you how I landed this client, all the outreach, yada yada, I'll show you some of our Shopify numbers and, some of the numbers we pulled in. So, hopping into Shopify here, May 23rd to the 30th. Oh wait, let me hit a quick refresh for you guys. Okay, so May 23rd through the 30th, we did almost $22,000. We did $21,875 in all. 262 orders with the 1% conversion rate, which is pretty damn good. So shout out to the brand owner for making the website and doing a damn good job. If we go to the sales, we look at some of the numbers we did. On drop day, he did 2,100. All the way up until we ran ads, he did about 5K organically. So $5,000 when I stepped in. After that, the rest was all from ads pretty much. We had a few pretty good days. Like this one was $1,000, a little over $1,000. The next day was like 838, 821, 843, 800 flat. Overall, some pretty good numbers. And then just like towards the end, we kind of averaged like 800, or we kind of averaged like $700, $600 per day, all the way up until May 28th was when we stopped because we pretty much sold out everything. We didn't have anything other than like 4 double XLs. That's like all we had left. So how I actually landed this client. So if you didn't watch my last video, which I highly urge you to do, it was how I helped an e-commerce brand make $35,000 in 5 weeks, all just from meta ads. Essentially, I did the same thing for both brands. This was a cold DM. Taking a look at our Instagram DMs. So right here, I just said, I can help you make an extra 10K per month. I run Facebook ads for brands and have case studies to back my talk. That was my initial message. I usually follow up with brands, but this dude answered like the next day. So he asked if I can send results. I said, yes, sir. $53,000 in 4 months. That was one of my first clients I've ever worked with. 10K for another client. That was one of my third clients ever. We did 10K. Just a bunch of proof showing that I know what I'm talking about. He sent me a screenshot of his Shopify dashboard and what the numbers he'd done so far in a few days. And, I thought his stuff was scalable. So taking a look at the brand, at first, actually, this brand showed up on my page a few different times. And the first time it came up, I didn't think that we'd be able to work together. I didn't think the results were going to be good if we worked together just because, like, his following was only like 4,000 followers. He didn't have really any engagements on his posts. But eventually I was like, fuck it, let's just try it out. Worst comes to worst, we break even on our ad spend. So this was the product that we ran. It was a pretty sick pair of sweatpants. I think they're called Juggernauts. Yeah. And like I said, he only had 4,000 followers before we started working. After ads, obviously it's boosted up to 7,000. Taking a look at his site actually wasn't really bad either. I think he made it himself. This was the product priced at $85. This is what's trending too, is these double-waisted like boxer waistband type of pants is what's trending right now. But the sweatpants were listed for $85 on the site, and we didn't have to adjust price at all. Like they were going at that and just selling out. Like all of our sizes are unavailable now, but the fact that we were selling these like hotcakes in the middle of June is just pretty crazy. Okay, so this is the ad account. Something to keep in mind was, like I said, this is like pretty much a brand new clothing brand. 4,000 followers when we started. That means that this dude has never ran ads before, so we had to create a brand new ad account. We had to create a brand new Facebook page, warm up the Facebook page, and then link the ad account. There was a lot of steps that went into this, as well as some hurdles that we actually had to overcome. Just looking at, last month's numbers though, we started on June 1st and ended on the 28th. So these are just some of the numbers we did in all. 1,453 spent for 6.83 ROAS to get back $9,936, which a 7x ROAS is pretty damn good. Some of you might be wondering, why weren't you spending that much? So we actually came across a pretty big hurdle that kept setting us back. Because this was a brand new ad account, we were stuck at $50 day spend for like 2 weeks. And then we tried to scale up by spending more. And for whatever reason, and those of you who know, Facebook fucks with you a lot and their user interface is horrible, their customer service is horrible. This is one of those things. Facebook would instantly ban us as soon as we tried to raise budgets. For instance, like 2 weeks after running ads, we finally got our daily spend limit lifted to $150. Tried, horizontally scaling into different campaigns, like an interest campaign or a retargeting campaign. As soon as we did that, Facebook disabled our account and dropped us back to $50 spent. This happened like 3 times within the month and really held us back from scaling. Like literally a few days before we completely ran out of stock was when they indefinitely lifted our daily spend limit, which fucking sucks because we only had like barely any stock left. But with all that being said, let's just get into some of the numbers. So this was the cold conversion campaign that we ran. As you can tell, it's really just like 2 different creatives carrying this one. 954 spent for an 8.43 ROAS, get back $8,000, and a cost per acquisition of $10, which is absolutely insane for an $85 product, especially a pair of sweatpants in the middle of June. Very good CPCs, which means that the creatives are fire as well as a product. Taking a look at some of our interests. All of our interests were really cooking, all averaging like a 4.5 ROAS, 427 spent for 1,800 back, 21 purchases. And then cost per result was a little higher at $20, but still making good money there. Our retargeting never really hit, unfortunately. I mean, we only spent $34, so it's not like that was enough to know whether or not this was going to be good. If we had extra stock, honestly, like after we were able to scale, I definitely want to turn this back on. But yeah, those are some of the numbers we did. All right, to wrap up the video, I'm just going to say some of my final thoughts. Honestly, I feel like we could have done probably 20K alone just from ads. It was so unfortunate that our daily spend just kept getting shafted by Facebook. The feeling of seeing an ad account or an ad campaign do so well and not being able to scale really hurt. It was like watching your friends have fun from outside while you're grounded. Kind of like that fucking Squidward meme where he's just watching SpongeBob and Patrick play. That's exactly what it felt like. At the end of the day, it's still a profitable W. I can't really complain. And there's no point in being hung up on what I could have done. The only thing to do now is just kind of move forward and, grow from it. And hope that it doesn't happen again because that shit was bullshit. Anyway, this just goes to show also that it doesn't matter how many followers you have on your brand. As long as the product is fire and you have someone who can put it in front of eyes that are most likely to purchase, like me, that's all you need to make money from a clothing brand. Now, keep in mind there's other factors that attribute to that, like having a good brand foundation, having a good website, because that really helps with just the purchasing journey and helping someone get to checkout easiest. Having good content also helped, so shout out to the brand owner for that. That wasn't really something that I had to, let the brand owner know, like, yo, we need to step up the content, because he was already on top of it. And then just overall engagement, like as we were running ads, he was also boosting posts and I was running traffic campaigns, just getting more engagements on the posts, more likes, and more social proof. Thankfully, this is a W brand owner as well. One of the better pieces of advice I could give to any brand owner is to grow off of what is already working. If you have a product that's already ripping or already selling a bunch, scale that out and make different variants or colorways. That is exactly what our next plan is. Thankfully, this brand owner's on top of it. He's already in the works of dropping different colorways, different variations of the same product. And once those are up, you better believe that we're going to be running ads on that. I don't think that we'll do anything less than like 30K from ads alone, honestly. I'll probably pick up the camera for that as well and shoot like a behind the scenes vlog type of thing, like a day-to-day as I scale those new products out. If you're an e-com brand owner and you're looking to bring your brand to that next level, hit me up on Instagram at Mason Ashby and I will help you out. With that being said, if you rock with this video, you got any value from it, make sure to like, subscribe, all that BS.